As Naruto and Blast's fists collide with one another's face, both would get sent flying back. Blast would say, "That's the hardest I've been hit in years," before cracking his knuckles and popping his neck. Let's try out the Yamato, shall we? As he would slam his hands together, as the Yamato would appear in front of him unsheathed. So it responds to my will instantly, eh? Yes. If you want it to be sheathed, it appears in its sheath. If you want both separate, you know how it works. And hell, your scythe even has different modes. It can become a staff, a walking staff, a scythe, a baton. So that must be what that damn grip thing's for. And a regular scythe for farming. And of course the entity to devour all of the existence and devour the souls of the innocent. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Boss, do you need us to help? Stay out. This is gonna be the most fun I'm ever gonna have in years. Origin would say to Blast, "Y'all just sit back and observe." And all the 5 primordials would sit back and watch, ready, on guard just in case. As Blast would charge at Naruto with his Yamato stabbing him and his slashing at him. As Naruto would instantly charge a Biju Dama, but Blast would use the mark to grab it and absorb it and punch, sending it right back at Naruto. Okay, note that down. It's Jutsu absorption and Jutsu reflection. As Naruto would punch Blast in the face, sending him flying. As he would slam into a wall, he would crack his neck, saying, "This is actually fun." As his black chakra would begin to, as a black mist-like chakra would begin to emit off his body. As the energy inside the katana of the Yamato would begin to go black. See, Light, you relied on my chakra more than yours. Probably because you've been sealed inside of him his near entire life. Watch, after I've been sitting inside him longer than a month, he'll be using my chakra more than yours. Will you two shut up, please? Blast would say. I'm trying to focus. As lightning would begin to appear, spiraling, covering the blade. So he would put it up in the air before saying, "Eclipse. Equinox." For sending a fire inferno eclipse. Sending a fire, lightning, infused attack at Naruto, as it would boom, hitting him head on. Blast would put his hand in the sky, making it rain, as he would do the same hand signs he did when him and his team first sparred. Black lightning, wrath of Olympus, bringing down the wrath of the 12 pantheon of Olympus, bringing down the wrath of the Greek gods, bringing down the thunder, bringing the fury of Zeus, as a gigantic divine figure would appear in the sky, grabbing a black thunderbolt before throwing it, slamming it down on Naruto, as a loud kaboom and boom could be heard for miles on end. Naruto would get back up, going into his 8th tail. We cannot let him progress any further. I can't believe he went from 3 to 7 so fast. As Boss would get into a kendo stance, as he would charge at Naruto, as Naruto would smack him, as Boss would leap out of the way, slap, attacking Naruto, throwing his katana in the air, as he would put out his other palm, summoning the scythe, slamming it into the side of Naruto, sending him flying into several buildings. test out staff mode. Naruto Blast would say, transforming the scythe into a staff. Holy shit, he's right. Obviously, I'm right. You're always right, Blast would say. I know. As Naruto would come rushing back, Blast would slam the staff atop of him. As it would begin to spikes would begin to appear as it would encounter Naruto's head, hitting him into the ground. Turning it into a walking staff, he would pick up Naruto by the throat, using the spikes as teeth, slamming him into the ground multiple times before summoning the Yamato, stabbing him in his back, kicking him forward, kicking him forward as he would launch a Biju blast into the sky. He's starting to resist the Biju power, Phantom would say. I wonder what it would be like to fight something that powerful, Abyss would say. I should really stop saying would say. This is getting quite fun, said Ashura. Ashura would say. Yeah, it's really getting annoying, the whole would say thing. As Ashura would say, it's actually starting to get pretty interesting. Witnessing a 10 tails fighting a 9 tails? Yeah. I heard that the 10 tails dwarfed the 9 tails in power. As Blast would begin to go into a hand-to-hand combat with Black, blocking and punching him and trying to absorb the chakra to see if he can absorb just the right amount for Naruto to go back to normal. As he would put his hand on where the seal was, twisting it, as he would begin to absorb the chakra before punching Naruto in the face. One by one, the tails would begin to disappear on Naruto. As Blast would open up his mouth, as he would inhale, as if inhaling ice and light, as if inhaling nature chakra and light itself, his mouth would begin to glow alongside his eyes, a bright white. As a ball of white energy would begin to form in front of his mask, where his mouth would be, where his mouth is. As Light's head would begin to materialize with his horns protruding from Blast's head. And Blast would send it off. Holy Ark! Take it, no. Pause, no homo. Take this, he'd say. Ark! Blasting a white laser towards Naruto, a gigantic beam that's destroying everything behind Naruto. The hell? Arc. What the hell's that? It's a light technique. I'll explain more later. But for now, focus on Naruto getting it back to normal. Right. I have a question. When I first summoned the Yamato, and my hand began to change, what? It's not changing now. Why is that? Because when you first summoned it, you summoned it at the final form, something you were unable to control. So it was trying to transform your body to meet the requirements. Therefore, your arm transforming into light. That's great to know. For one wing would begin to sprout from his body, turning from bone to flesh to wings. I told you, Juby, he would definitely rely more on my chakra than the devil's chakra. Screw you too, brother. As Blast's horns would begin to glow, as he would make another blast, blasting Naruto again and again and again. For punching his fists together, summoning the Yamato again. Do you have to punch your fists together every time you want to summon the Yamato? No, I just do it for the climate, for the fun. grabbing the Yamato out of midair, whipping it back before saying, "White Infernal Eclipse slash." For smoothly slashing down, moving his arm, his slashing downwards toward the ground as a gigantic white blast would begin to go towards Naruto, engulfing him as his skin would begin to return, as he would turn normal with a gigantic scar across his chest, as he would fall down healing. And Flash would unsummon, using Fire Style to fix the cracked parts of his of his armor. We've done enough, Primordials. Let's go. But before Blast could disappear, Naruto grabbed his leg, saying, "Why? Why would you save me?" For kicking Naruto in the neck, before Phantom would throw a rock at Naruto, knocking him out. Let's go, Reaper. We can't waste time. Right? Before blasting, the whole Primordials would disappear. They've made their move again, the Primordials. At this point, we have a new, we basically have a new Akatsuki to worry about. But these damn Primordials. As one day, while Blast would be out traveling, he would encounter Madara Uchiha, who no one had at this time known to be Obito. And Blast would crack his knuckles for saying, "The leader, so you are Madara Uchiha. My. You are fond of me, then. Very fond of you, Madara. The ghost of Uchiha." Blast would have his hands behind his back before throwing a white beam and a black beam at him, destroying the trees. So it is a fight you wish. You want. This is a fight you do not want, boy. Oh, but I'm sure it is. Blast would say, as if summoning the scythe from his very flesh, he would summon his scythe, as it would grow 3 times in size, slicing all the treetops as he would swing. But when it came in contact with Madara, it would go right through him. I don't remember Madara being able to become intangible. Me either, Chibi would say. Wait, you knew Madara? Like I said, like and said multiple times, we are very, very old. Damn, I didn't think you would go all the way back to the ghost of the Uchiha, though. We go further than that. Yeesh! What are you guys, 1,000 years old? Close. 2,000? Closer. 3,000? One more digit. You're 4,000 years old. 4,375.9 to be exact. As a fireball would get launched towards Blast, Blast would say, "How the hell does he shoot fireballs through a mask?" I mean, you shoot energy blasts through your mask. Yeah, because they are forming outside. And Blast would deflect it using his bare hand, as he would stomp before summoning the Yamato, slashing at Obito, instantly summoning the scythe, attacking it, slamming Obito right where the blast is, slamming him into the ground. At the same time, he's become more potent with the weapons. Indeed, his father would be proud. Blast is size of the eye would begin to move, looking down at Obito's. It would begin to become black, slicing down, tearing Obito's fabric on his shirt, making him bleed. Impossible. I was intangible. He couldn't have cut me. So this stuff does have some special perks to it. I wonder, as Blast would put the scythe down, well, not putting it down, he would hold it next to him, as he would begin to focus, but as a black aura would begin to surround, a black mist, black aura would surround the scythe, as if sucking the very chakra from the tree he would be on. It would begin to go black, then rot, before the branch would die and fall off. Holy crap, the scythe can suck out life force. So can the Yamato, if you use it correct, if you use it right, Light would say. Let's see what the executioner scythe can really do. As the spikes would begin to protrude, as Blast would swing it, all the spikes would shoot at Obito, beginning to pierce his body. Impossible! Impossible! He'd say, trying to calmly away before getting punched in the face. How was he hitting me? I am supposed to be intangible. I guess I found out your little weakness. You see, my original sensei had an ability very similar to yours, in fact. Never used it as good as you. I guess that's a compliment, Obito would say. As Boss would begin to punch him again, cracking his mask, Obito would say, I need to get out of here. Betsu! As wood spikes would begin to attack Blast, as a black aura would surround him, as every spike that touched him would begin to disintegrate, as he would suck out the life force. Pathetic, he'd say as he would leap from tree to tree, as Obito would calmly away just in time. What a pussy, he ran away. As Phantom would appear saying, Boss, what happened? I had an encounter with Madara. I see. Should I notify the others? No. Not worth our time. As Boss would crack his knuckles, unsummoning all his tools. Let us head back to base. Tomorrow, me and you are going to pay a visit to Konoha. Alright. And by the way, how have Naruto and Jiraiya been doing? Good. We dropped them off at some random hotel. Didn't you say that every time you and Naruto get close, the more you get hurt, you become stronger? No. The more closer to death we become stronger after healing. I see. It's like a power boost, essentially, as our bodies become more battle experience, the more damage we take. So the more damage we take, the more experience our bodies will take in. Therefore, we will become more durable, allowing us to have more power reserves. I understand that. But what bugs me is how you were stabbed in the heart, but you survived. That's bugged everyone now. You should be dead right now. You've had multiple occasions where you should be dead. Explain. I don't know, but every time I die, it feels like I hear a female voice in my head saying, get up. Then the next second I'm awake in a hospital bed or somewhere else. Like for when that girl betrayed you in the forest of death. Yes. Before Naruto was about to be crushed by the gigantic snake of Orochimaru. as if my soul returned to my body. I woke up and grabbed the strength, the snake with strength that I never knew a dead person could have. It's as if every time I die, someone is bringing me back intentionally. Someone's been keeping me alive all this time. Or someone, something. You said you heard a female voice every time you died? It's a female voice saying, "Get up. Stop slouching," and stuff like that. That's weird. Maybe it's death's way of coping, of coping with the dead. But then, seconds away from the light, I get snatched away back into my body. Either it's something inside me that won't let me die, or it's some unbelievably powerful force that's keeping me alive. Oh, this is gone now. That should be way more space. As we would skip to the next day. So how long is Naruto going to be gone from the leaf? 10 months. Oh dear God. As we would see Black, or the Reaper in this case, walking around with Phantom. Are you sure it's smart for us to just walk out in the open with these cloaks on? Will anyone find us suspicious? No. Keep a low tide. As long as you don't pull our weapons out or release a chakra aura big enough for it to be sensed, we'll be fine. Thankfully for you modifying our suits to help conceal our power even more, our chakra more. Well, considering you have the chakra equivalent of a tailed beast, yeah. But I'm still amazed. Naruto actually was making you sweat. He has grown in power. Which makes me proud. Holy shit, you can be proud? You can be proud? Who knew? Oh, shut up. It's weird now. After finding out the fact that I'm able to suck the life force out of things using my scythes, my weapons, all I'm seeing is this every now and then. It's like things are flickering and I see these weird blue orbs moving around, floating. Souls, perhaps? Yeah, but I see veins, like outlines, as if I'm seeing the chakra itself, and the chakra itself moving around, coursing through everyone's veins, as if I'm looking deep enough in their body to see their souls. It's weird. Didn't you say that your clan worships death to the extreme? Yeah. And that your weapons had the capability to steal life force? Yeah. And that you had a transformation and relied on it? Okay, we get it. I think all that might line up to something. What if you're able to see the dead? Or see fragments of some sort? Like, see souls? Like, steal souls? We'll experiment it later, not now. Excuse me. We're here. Where? At your old apartment? Yes. The Hugo girl has the key, so we're gonna have to sneak in. And blast and go. Phantom with body flickering. So messy. Gee, thanks. Didn't you say the Hugo girl was tending to it? Well, she did kind of have a crush on my younger brother. What? Oh, I didn't tell you guys. No. Right. Wasn't Violet the one that stopped you from destroying the village? We do not speak her name. Right. Backstabbing in the heart. Forgot. I honestly don't know how much we're recording this. Flash with cracked knuckles, getting some ramen out of the fridge. Next, I'm gonna take you to mine and Naruto's favorite food place. Come on, wake up. I can sense two chakras coming. Two souls. Maybe that's another one of your secret clan abilities. You're able to sense souls. Phantom person is intelligence. So everything he's telling you is right. Telling me is correct. Yes, you have the ability to see the souls inside the body of a human. And if you get good enough control, you can see the dead. You might be able to see the dead. And you can even see the chakra, the natural chakra in the air. And yes, you can steal souls from people, but that is a technique you will need that will take time to master. So I suggest not trying to practice it, as it will take up too much of our time. Listen, the more I dive into my clan, the better. Yo, Blast, you in there? Yeah. Those two souls, they're at the door. I can sense one of them is strong. The other one's pretty decent, I guess. As two females would walk in. Hinata and a pink-haired woman. What was her name again? Sucker, right. Isn't she the girl that you said was super useless? And was like a giga sim for Sasuke? Yep. Okay. First of all, how can they not hear or see us? I've learned a new jutsu that allows us to go invisible. And that lowers our sound frequencies to such a frequency that they can't hear us. You have to have the hearing of a dog to be able to hear us now. Damn. Okay, the Hugo girls see us with a Ryakugan. Nope. All our chakra paths are hitting. Our chakra paths are hidden. So to them, all they're seeing is air. Bingo. This is a picture of you and Naruto. There's Team 7. Blast would sit there, remembering the old days before he went rogue. Yes. You do realize it hasn't been that long since you got banished from the village? Well, I'm making up for my problems. Right. Yeah, whatever. Check Naruto, da-da-da-da. Let's play with them a little bit. As Ghost, fuck. As Phantom would knock over some fire from flower pots. As as Blast would sit on a couch, turning on a TV. So we're basically gonna haunt him like Ghost, basically. As Hinata would start picking up things, getting worried. As Chakra would say, Hinata, what's going on? I don't know. As Phantom would pick up a old bottle and throw it at Sakura, hitting her right over the head. Score! Goal! You did always say she had a big forehead, and you were not lying. Want to scare him a bit? What do you mean? Like this, as Blast would snap his fingers, shutting off the power. Wait, what? I installed a system in the house that whenever I snap my fingers at a certain way, all the power in the whole building would shut off. As he would keep snapping, making the lights flicker on and off, as Phantom would pick up Sakura, throwing her to the ground. What's going on, Hinata? I don't know. As Blast would emit a dark mist from his hand, scaring the dog shit out of both of them. The girls would run out screaming. Oh, worth it. So fucking worth it. Oh my god. Fucking. That's what I did to cheer up with you. You know? Blast would say. It's good to see you like this, Blast. What do you mean, Phantom? Normally, nowadays, you're just depressed, sad. You're just take everything too serious nowadays. Ever since the Konoha Crush happened, and he passed, may his soul rest in peace. You've been all depressed and sad, so it feels good to see you like this. Happy. Thanks. Oh, I think it's time I brought you to mine to Naruto's favorite food place. Ichiraku Ramen! Hello, can I get 2 bowls of ramen, please? How are you even eating? I took off my mask. I have my mask made in a way that I can take it off. But no, it's like on at the same... Where I can basically... The lower part of his mask will open up while the upper part still hides his face, essentially. Gotta try this, Phantom. Sure. As the bottom plate of Phantom's mask would open up, revealing a very mid-light-skinned man. Mouth. As he would begin to eat the ramen, not as fast as Blast, not hoping to die and choke and die. Although at this point he's starting to doubt if Blast can even die. Considering the fact that his heart's been stabbed, all his organs stopped working, he's been poisoned, his neck's been snapped. He survived some incredible stuff. He's starting to think Blast isn't even a human. Having enough power to take on an 8-tailed, 9-tailed fox by himself, though, is amazing. Yet again, he does have the powerful Ten Tails to back him up. And these two right here, these things will become important eventually. Thank you again, boss. Would say paying extra. I know before when I was so poor I couldn't even pay. He just kept giving me Naruto food for free. May God bless that man's soul. He lives the best life he can, even after he's passed. I care about that old man a lot. Blast. Well, he's one of the only people he was one of the only people in this whole nation that accepted, entire village that accepted me and Naruto. He was the only person who would feed us, even when we couldn't even pay. He would still feed us. Every day, every single night. May God bless his soul. Amen, brother. Amen. Phantom would say, "Now let's go." To where? The Hokage's office. Are you sure? Yeah. There is no Hokage. So who's gonna stop us? Except for disappearing. Yeah, pretty good point. Before Phantom would disappear as well. Blast would appear in front of the door. Be careful, the room's booby-trapped. You said booby. Phantom, take this seriously. Right. Sorry, boss. Blast would do a jutsu, undoing a genjutsu placed on the door. You always did have a keen sense for genjutsu and stuff like that. I could always see if there was a genjutsu just by looking at something good enough. That's the perks when you have a Sharingan. You don't even use it. Apparently, it's important to unlocking your true potential and power. So I kind of have it on all the time. Huh. Never knew, because you never take off your mask except for like when we're in the base and everything. He would skip Naruto and Jiraiya in the hospital, being bandaged and wounded, as Naruto would be sitting, laying down, facing the wall, trying to figure out why, as everything led up to this very point. His brother is essentially, he doesn't even know if his brother's alive or not. All he knows is this old man came to get him to train him. Then he finds out seconds later his brother's run away, and all because of him. He's beginning to doubt life, starting to consider suicide. before changing his mind. He knows Blast wouldn't want him to start talking like that. If Blast were here right now, he would hit him right over the head just for talking like that. He misses his brother and he hopes he can reunite with him one day. As Naruto would get up out of the bed using crutches to walk, as he would go up to the roof, getting a rubber ball, practicing the Rasengan. As Blast's Shadow Knight would be watching Naruto as he would practice, as Blast would copy every step Naruto was doing. As every time Jiraiya would teach Naruto how to do the Rasengan, Blast would be observing it and studying it, figuring out what would be the best hand signs, what would be the best gestures, and what would be the best way to improve upon the jutsu. But first, he needs to learn how to do it. That's where I'll be leaving off part 8 or 9 of What If Naruto Was from the Reaper Planet.